Hi, it's Ralph and Lonnie D'Amicis back again for Planetary Calendar. We're going to be looking at the forecast for January 2025. And as you know, we're doing weekly forecasts now, but we're only sending monthly notifications. So if you want to get a weekly notification, you need to go to youtube.com/planetary calendar astrology, and please subscribe. It really helps us keep the content up. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll get a notification every time we post anything at all. Boy, January is flying by. We're up to the 19th to the 25th.
And on the 19th, the sun will go into Aquarius right at about noontime. Isn't that nice?
Always exciting.
Yes, the moon is in Libra, which is
another air sign.
Another air sign. The moon will be trine to Jupiter, which is in Gemini. So you have this big, air energy going on. And then Mercury is sextile to Venus. So a real easy day, real good communications day. Like we said about the 18th, you may really feel like this, like we've changed direction in a positive way.
And then on the 20th, we have Inauguration Day and Martin Luther King Day with a Libra moon. So that sounds nice for a day of balancing government and fairness, and hopefully we'll have a good day.
Well, the moon is going to be square to Mercury and square to Mars.
Therein lies the rub.
Which is all about young people. So we'll see how it turns out. And then on the Tuesday, the 21st, is the third quarter moon. The moon is going to be, or the sun is going to conjunct Pluto, which is always kind of interesting. It's kind of a deep aspect. The moon will go into Scorpio, the eagle, about 8:19 a.m. in the morning. So the whole day will be in the sign of the eagle, and the sun will be square the moon.
Remember that square Pluto.
Yes.
That doesn't affect you personally as much as it affects your community, your group, your generation.
Yes.
So you'll see that act out on a broader scale, not quite as personally. Now, she says that, and then when you have it sitting on your sun or sitting on your moon, then it's a whole different story. But personal. Generally, that's the outer planets are not felt that personally.
Right. Exactly. On the 22nd, the moon is in Scorpio, the eagle, all day long. It's going to be trine to that Saturn in Pisces, and the moon is parallel the sun. So a relatively easy day compared to some of the others this week.
Well, get your roller skates on for the 23rd, because there's a lot of aspects going on there, both above the number to the moon and on the lines of that aspectarian.
Yeah, and the moon will be in the sign of the eagle, Scorpio, all day long. Up until 8:28 p.m. There is a void that starts about 4:03 p.m., so late in the afternoon. But like Lonnie said, look at all these aspects. You've got to the moon a trine to Venus, sextile to Mercury, trine to Mars, and trine to Neptune. So you've got a big water trine that's going on during the day, or a big trine going on during the day between. And so there's a lot of energy rolling together. You have Mercury is opposite Mars. And that's a little feisty. That's a little worrisome.
Well, especially with Mars retrograde now, and Mercury just out of the shadow from his retrograde. So he's all full of spit and vinegar, and Mars is kind of flagging there. So there could be a little conflict there too.
Yeah.
I want to say with that void, of course, that's at the end of the workday here on the West Coast, but that's in the evening on the East Coast. So that shouldn't be problematic at all.
Okay. And then you have Mars as sextile Uranus, which is good and bad. And then you have Mercury parallel Pluto, and then Mercury trine Uranus as well. So there's a real there's a lot of potential chaos going on.
Yeah, it's a Uranian day. I mean, there's enough big other planets. The moon is touching Uranus. The Mars is touching Uranus. Mercury is touching Uranus. So kind of watch out where you're walking and who you're talking to, and watch out when you're talking to mom.
Yeah.
Because the moon is...
The fact that this is happening on Inauguration Week is what makes it kind of worrying, because it means a lot of young people, could mean a lot of chaos going on. We'll just have to see. one never knows, do we? And then
The 24th is kind of tame considering everything that was going on the 23rd with that Sag moon. A little optimism here, although again, we've got that opposition to Jupiter, which would not be quite as bad, except for the fact, and is mitigated by the fact that Jupiter is the ruler of Sag. We had the same thing happen with Pisces before.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. And then you have the sun sextile the moon. So an easier day. By the weekend, it seems like things will have started calming down. By the 25th on the Saturday, you have the moon still in Sag all day. You have Venus trine Mars, which is good. Maybe people will stop arguing and suddenly go out and have a nice meal. And then Venus parallel Neptune. Now you do have...
Even those squares to Saturn and to Venus are also mitigated by the fact that they're all in the sign ruled by Jupiter. The moon, Saturn, and Venus. So hang on to Jupiter.
Hang on to Jupiter by the ears.
Exactly. So come back next week for another forecast. And if you don't have our calendar yet, to follow along with these forecasts, you can get it at planetarycalendar.com and visit us on YouTube.